welcome to the final episode of Series 1 of Doctor Who. Let's get into it. Not a fan of the title of this episode?
You know the Doctor. You will predict his actions.
I don't know.
Good luck with that.
TARDIS detected. Exterminate.
You can't. The TARDIS hasn't got any defenses. You're gonna kill him.
That's the point, Rose. Just grabbing these. Have a feeling. Might need them.
Rose, get down! Get down!
Get down, listen! She should know by now to just act.
Time War. The war between the Daleks and the Time Lords. My people were destroyed, but they took the Daleks with them.
But apparently not.
I almost thought it was worth it. Now it turns out they died for nothing.
Daleks have got the answers? Let's go meet the neighbors.
You can't go out there.
Is that it?
It's all right. Come on out. That force field can hold back anything.
Almost.
For how long?
Yes, but I wasn't going to tell him that. Thanks. Sorry. You might have removed all your emotions, but I reckon right down deep in your DNA there's one little spark left. And that's fear.
The Daleks do not fear.
How did you survive the Time War?
They survived through me.
I feel like this is going to be the bad wolf. What?
Rose, Captain, this is the Emperor of the Daleks.
We waited here, damaged but rebuilding.
So you created an army of Daleks out of the dead.
I am the god of all Daleks. Worship him! Worship him!
They're insane.
I mean, they were before.
Linda, what are you still doing on board?
She wouldn't go.
Didn't want to leave you. There weren't enough shuttles anyway, or I wouldn't be here. We've got about 100 people stranded on floor 0.
Oh my god, the fleet is moving. They're on their way.
A delta wave.
A Delta Wave!
What's a delta wave?
A wave of Van Kessedine energy. It fries your brain. Stand in the way of a delta wave and your head gets barbecued.
And this place can transmit a massive wave, wipe out the Daleks.
Well, get started, then do it then.
Trouble is, wave this size, building this big, brain as clever as mine, should take about,
I don't think Rose likes Linda.
I just want to say, thanks, I suppose. And I'll do my best.
Me too.
Rose's face.
It's been fun, but I guess this is goodbye.
Don't talk like that. The Doctor's gonna do it. You just watch him.
Rose, you are worth fighting for.
There's an army about to invade this station. I need every last citizen to mount a defense.
Don't listen to him! There aren't any Daleks! They disappeared thousands of years ago!
Keep quiet. And if you hear fighting up above, if you hear us dying, then tell me that the Daleks aren't real.
I feel like that's maybe not a way to necessarily convince people to help you. If you hear us being slaughtered, just remember you could have joined us.
There's another thing the TARDIS could do. It could take us away. We could leave.
Yeah, but you'd never do that.
No, but you could ask. Never even occurred to you, did it?
How bad is it?
Rose Tyler, you're a genius! We can do it. Now, just gotta go and power up the game station. Hold on.
He didn't trick her to get her in there and send her away, did he?
Doctor, what are you doing?
This is Emergency Program 1. If this message is activated, then it can only mean one thing. I'm dead or about to die any second with no chance of escape. The TARDIS is taking you home.
I won't let you.
And I bet you're fussing and moaning now. Typical. But hold on and just listen a bit more. Emergency Program 1 means I'm facing an enemy that should never get their hands on this machine. So this is what you should do. Let the TARDIS die. Just let this old box gather dust. And if you want to remember me, then you can do one thing. That's all. Have a good life.
I was expecting this at the end.
What is it?
Rose, I've called up the internal laser codes. There should be a different number on every screen. Can you read them out to me?
She's not here.
You took her home, didn't you?
Yeah.
The Delta Wave. Is it ever going to be ready?
The Delta Wave must kill every living thing in its path.
The words Bad Wolf spread across time and
Thank
space
you.
everywhere, drawing me in. How'd you manage that?
They are not part of my design.
What?
This is the truth of God.
200,000 years in the future, he's dying and there's nothing I can do.
Well, like you said, 200,000 years, it's way off.
But it's not. It's
right now.
That fight is happening right now. What do I do? Get up, catch the bus, go to work, come back home, eat chips and go to bed. Is that it?
I relate so much to Rose right now.
You can't spend the rest of your life thinking about the doctor. You gotta start living your own life.
It's only, like, give her time to grieve. Like,
The sort of life that you could have.
I'm like, no time. What the heck?
That's been there for years. It's just a phrase. It's just words.
No.
I thought it was a warning. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's a message.
If it's a message, what's it saying?
It's telling me I can get back. Least I can do is help him escape.
What about now, Roderick?
All the TARDIS needs to do is make a return trip. We need to get inside it. And there was this light, and the doctor said it was the heart of the TARDIS. If we can open it, I can make contact.
Rose, if you go back, you're gonna die.
That's a risk I've got to take, because there's nothing left for me here.
Nothing.
No.
Rose can be so insensitive sometimes.
Identify yourself.
You are the weakest link.
Hell yeah.
Yes!
I can't give up. Dad wouldn't give up.
Well, he's not here, is he?
They had to throw that in.
He'd tell me to try anything.
Well, we're never gonna know.
Well, I know, because I met him.
Don't say that.
Remember when Dad died? There was someone with him. A girl, a blonde girl. You saw her from a distance, Mum. You saw her. Think about it. That was me.
Tissue number 3. So one question I've had is, if the doctor regenerates, I'm assuming it happens when he dies. Again, I could be wrong about that. But if so, when all of the other Time Lords died, why didn't they regenerate? Again, don't answer these things. But just questions I have.
My vision is impaired. I cannot see.
Yeah, not quite.
I've got a problem.
There's one there with her.
Female detected.
They found me.
Bye, Linda with a Y.
Last man standing.
I feel like Rose can't be on her own with the 10th Doctor. Like, we can't also lose Jack. I guess technically we don't lose the Doctor, so maybe we do lose Jack. I don't know. That's not what it did with the Slitheen. Margaret or whatever her name was.
Doctor, you've got 20 seconds maximum!
I feel like you know. How have they not already lasered you? Jack, no. Jack, no, 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 no. I feel like since they haven't yet, they're not going to. He's gonna get out. Rose will get there just in time.
Figured that.
It's ready.
I want to see you become like me. Hello, the Doctor. Doctor, the Great Exterminator.
What have you done?
I looked into the TARDIS.
You looked into the time vortex, Rose. No one's meant to see that.
Exterminate!
They're not going to be able to.
I am the bad wolf. I create myself. I take the words. I scatter them in time and space. A message to leave myself here.
Rose, you've got to stop this. You've got to stop this now. You've got the entire vortex running through your head. You're gonna burn.
I want you safe. My doctor. I can see the whole of time and space. Every single atom of your existence, and I divide them.
Rose, you've done it. Now stop. Just let go.
How can I let go of this? I bring life.
This is wrong. You can't control life and death. The power's gonna kill you, and it's my fault.
I can see everything. All that is, all that was, all that ever could be.
That's what I see. All the time. Doesn't it drive you mad?
My head is killing me.
I think you need a doctor.
And now with the music. They're just gonna. Well, he doesn't know that Jack's back. He thinks he's dead.
I can't remember anything else.
Rose Tyler. I was going to take you to so many places. Barcelona?
I was.
Then why can't we go?
Maybe you will. And maybe I will. But not like this.
You're not making sense.
But it's a bit dodgy, this process. You never know what you're going to end up with.
Don't stay away!
I didn't realize we were gonna see it.
Every cell in my body's dying.
Why can't you do something?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Time Lords have this little trick. It's sort of a way of cheating death. It means I'm going to change. And I'm not going to see you again. Not like this. Not with this daft old face. And before I go...
Don't say that.
Rose, before I go, I just want to tell you were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Hello. Okay. New teeth. That's weird. So where was I? Oh, that's right. Barcelona.
Well, I'm a mess. So I'm gonna need to put myself back together. Cry probably a little bit more. And I'll be back. Okay. As predicted, I am not okay. It's going to be so hard for me to gather my thoughts on this one, so I have a feeling this is going to be a mess here at the end. And I definitely am going to talk more about it in the end of series 1 thoughts video. Because as you can tell, I'm having trouble gathering my thoughts right now. I loved that finale. I still feel like I'm gonna cry. I am not ready to leave or to lose Christopher Eccleston. I freaking love him. Now that I am done with his period on the show, I am so excited and go and check out all of his other things. I know that he's got like a autobiography and stuff, and I was told to specifically wait, obviously, because he talks about the show. So I cannot wait to get into that and some of the other things that he's done connected with the show and outside of the show. This first series was so good. So good. Yeah, still about to cry. I was not expecting to cry for most of this episode. I knew it was going to happen. That's why I got the tissues ready. But I thought it was going to be like an end of the episode sort of a thing, not like start crying like a quarter of the way through and, you know, basically do it for the rest. I'm so glad Jack came back, which is odd saying that. I didn't really care for him too much when he first came in, but I definitely am on board with him now for sure. Yeah, I okay. It's gonna have to wait till the series 1 thoughts recap or whatever. But I loved this episode. I loved this first series. I love this show. I am still worried that I'm gonna lose like a little bit of that love now that Christopher is gone, because he was a big part of what I loved about it, and just his portrayal and his connection with the other actors and the characters. So I'm curious. I'm gonna give David Tennant a fair shot. I am still really invested in the show, but I'm not gonna lie. I am worried that it's gonna lose a little something for me now that he's gone. So we'll see. If I do continue on, I mean, not if I do. I'm going to keep watching, but like if I make it all the way through to the end and I'm like, you know, caught up and current and whatever, I watch all of this new Who. I feel like I'll still come back to this series because I think Christopher is going to be like my comfort doctor. Whenever I like just want to, you know, put on something that's familiar and like feels good, I think it'll be something from Christopher's time on the show. We'll see. Again, that could change. This is all I know right now. Well, not all I know because I have started watching Classic Who. So I do, you know the first version of the Doctor that we see, but obviously I prefer this one. So we'll see if that changes. I would be curious to know, no spoilers about any of the future Doctors, but I would be curious to know if you think I'm going to end up liking a different Doctor even more than I liked Christopher's version, than I liked the 9th Doctor. I'm curious if anybody has any predictions on that. Because I did have someone say all the way back at the pilot episode, actually, episode 1, I'm pretty sure it was that one, where somebody commented and was like, oh, she's going to love David Tennant or whatever. So I'm curious, especially if you've been watching it from the beginning, especially if you watched the Thoughts video, and especially if you were on the live stream that we had for celebrating 1,000 subscribers. We talked a lot about Doctor Who. I feel like you might have a good handle on what I like and don't like, and just curious to see your predictions as to which Doctor might end up being my favorite, or, you know, if there's going to be one that I like better. Because I know Christopher is not a lot of your favorite Doctors, like, and for some of you, like, and maybe even a lot or most, he's pretty far down the list. So I think that's interesting. All right. That is going to wrap up this one, because I have to definitely gather my thoughts on this, and there are going to be some. But this is a fantastic show. I'm so glad that I got into it. I'm so glad I started watching it. I'm so glad the response was so overwhelming in all the best ways, because it encouraged me to keep going. And I'm so grateful that I have found this show and this community. And I'm so grateful for you being here. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to be caught up with Patreon, because at this moment in time, they are most likely a few months ahead, thanks to the hiatus I had to take on YouTube. So if you want to catch up with them and you don't want to be behind and you want to get the full reactions and all of those things, you can visit the Patreon by checking out the link in the description for this video. And if you are watching this on Patreon, thank you so, so much for supporting me and being part of this journey. I very, very much appreciate you. And hopefully I will see you all in another video.